Hello, I'm Charles Payne. Neil will be back tomorrow. But tonight, a high-stakes gamble, and it's your money at risk. There will be no vote before the midterm elections on extending the Bush tax cuts. And we don't mean just tax cuts for the rich, but everyone's taxes in January are at risk of going significantly higher. Republican Senator from Wyoming, John Barrasso, joins me now to discuss this. Senator, this is a high-stakes game for both parties. And, obviously you don't control the vote, but what's your opinion about this not being voted on before the election?
Well, Charles, you're right. I think people need to hold on to their wallets. I'm worried about the fact that the Democrats are not allowing a vote. You'd make the casino analogy. I'm worried they're going to play with loaded dice, that they think that they're going to win this. But I think that the American people have to be very worried when the Democrats won't let us vote on this. The Democrats are very divided on this. A number of Democrats in the House and in the Senate agree with me and my Republican colleagues, Charles, that you should not raise taxes on anyone in the middle of a recession. It's bad for the economy. It will hurt our ability to restore jobs and to grow the economy. And that's where we really ought to be focused right now. We got to stop the spending and help rebuild the economy.
Yeah, those things obviously have resonated very well with voters. However, this tax situation, if it does go into a lame duck, if it's voted on during a lame duck session, there's a lot of people out there that believe, well, you know what, people who've lost their elections, they have nothing left to lose. And this actually could end up being a situation where either everybody in America sees their taxes go up or small businesses and the so-called rich see their taxes going up.
Well, I share those concerns with people all across the country. I was in Wyoming this past weekend talking to folks at home. They're concerned about it. They're concerned about the lack of certainty in the economy. And that's really the focus of the American people right now. And that's why we're looking at 9.6% unemployment. The president had ignored the economy to focus for over a year on health care, which, again, is going to be a drag on the economy in terms of the mandates there. So I share the concerns. I'm ready to vote today to say don't raise taxes in the middle of a recession. We ought to stay at the rates that we've been paying for the last 10 years. That seems to be the best approach forward for me in terms of stimulating the economy. What we really need to do is stop this spending. Our problem in this country, Charles, isn't that we're taxed too little, it's that we spend too much.
Well, Senator, recently the Republicans came out with their pledge, I guess their version of Contract for America or with America. It left a lot of people feeling flat. Do you feel like maybe your party isn't making the bold decisions that the American public wants to right now? I know that you're riding high in the polls, and you don't want to mess that up, but did you miss a golden opportunity to really, really be bold?
Well, I go home every weekend, listen to the people of Wyoming. It's a conservative state. We're a state where we live within our means. We balance our budget every year. Families do that. The state does that. Washington ought to do that. I think we need a balanced budget in this country and a commitment to do that. That would mean getting the spending under control, being responsible with how we use the money. But even the president most recently, he looked at this, and where he's talking about the taxes, he said, well, there are better ways to spend the money, which proves, Charles, that he's not wanting to use this money to pay off the debt, to lower the deficit. He wants to spend it on more government, and that's the real big problem. We've been pumping up the government. I've been voting against it all the time, but this administration, the Democrats and the president, have been building a bigger and bigger government. Our problem is that we're spending too much, we're borrowing too much, and the government is growing bigger every day.
Senator Barrasso, I want to say congratulations before I let you go. You're now the vice chairman of the Senate Republican Conference, #5 position in leadership. I know you bring a lot of conservative views, and you'll have a big voice out there in the future. So we'll hopefully be talking to you a lot more.
Thank you very much, Charles.
Okay.